This helps out my classroom so much, especially like the notebooks and the pencils, things that we use daily. That helps out tremendously.
Yeah, and so several of your children come without the school supplies they need?
Definitely do. And last year I stocked up on all the notebooks, so this year I was able to give each child a notebook from the classroom, from Classroom Central.
And how does that help with their learning?
Oh, it tremendously. We use it for writing, we use it for phonics, we use it for our STEM lessons, so we use the notebooks daily.
Here, I can take this stuff.
It helps a lot because especially this time of year we have gone through so many supplies and just so much stuff, and it's nice to be able to replenish what we have and pick up a few extras for the kids.
Yeah, how helpful is it that the truck comes out to Gaston County?
Oh, it's great. It's wonderful that it comes to us and we're not having to travel to Charlotte to pick it up, and it's very handy and it doesn't take us long. Like I think it took me like 15 minutes to get here.
Now tell me about how these supplies will help your kids out.
Oh, they will, especially in STEM groups and things like this. Like they'll be putting together like a little assignments, and like STEM is where we do our science and even some of our math manipulatives and stuff like that. They'll utilize this, and the composition books they have each, have like STEM groups that they have a composition book for, and they're running out their old one, so I'll be able to replace those with their new ones.
2 papers, yep. And then yep. And 2 blues. Tell me about how these supplies will help you in your classroom.
Well, the paper will help with copies. The pencils, my students don't always bring a pencil or can't afford all their supplies, and so they will be able to use those pencils in class. The colored pencils the same way when we're doing different types of activities, because we don't always do paper and pencil. It might be an activity where they have to draw and they have to color, because I don't always use it for copies. Sometimes I use it for foldables, and sometimes I do maps because I teach science and social studies. So it might be for pictures with something to do with science, or a map that they'll need white paper for.
And how does this help kids who aren't able to bring their school supplies feel confident and motivated in the classroom?
Well, they're not having to, they're not embarrassed that they don't have it. So when they come in and they need a notebook, I can give them a notebook, and they can just say, I need a notebook, and I can just go over and I can just give them a notebook instead of coming every day and not having their supplies, and then that ends up messing their grades up. I'll just go ahead and give them their pencil and give them their notebook.
What does it mean to you that community folks like Tate is pitched in? And
It's wonderful, because I can't, a lot of times in the afternoon, can't get all the way to Charlotte. I got it. But it was much easier to come from Dallas to Gastonia to be able to get my supplies. So it's wonderful.
All right, now you're on the pencil.
about what it's like to be able to come to something like this in Gaston County.
It's pretty awesome. It's anything free, it's a good thing, and also it helps a lot of our underprivileged students. So.
Tell me more about that, about the challenges that they have if they don't have the right supplies.
Even in high school, which is the level where I am, we notice a lot of students come unprepared, and we're not sure if it's the lack of resources or they're just not remembering, but it's always good to not have to fight that battle if we already have those things available for them.
And how does it help you as an educator if the kids have access to this stuff?
Oh, it helps things go a lot smoother. That's a battle that we don't have to tackle with. So, and then they get excited too. There's a lot of the students, if they know that we have it, it's something that they can call their own. So it's not anything that they're borrowing. So they like, can I have that pencil? And you'll be amazed of how excited they get with pencils and notebooks. So it's pretty good.